What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a video that shows you how I did my Part 107 remote pilot certification, the recurrent test. I originally passed the exam 2 years ago. I can't believe it's been 24 months already, and it's now time to take the recurrent training. So here is how I did it, where you need to go, and also just a tip or two if you want to follow along with me. So you might be asking yourself, where the heck do I start? You can certainly Google recurrent training for Part 107, but ultimately we're going to be going to the FAA.gov website. I'll put a link in the description below that'll take you directly there, save you a little bit of time. So we're going to come to this page right here, and we're just going to scroll down to where it says Part 107 Small UAS Recurrent Non-Part 61 Pilots. This was my situation. You'll have to read the descriptors here to see if some of these other tests are what you need. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to click here, and we'll be taken to the login page. If you haven't created an account here, you'll need to create an account. You can click Don't Have an Account, Register. This is FAASafety.gov. We're going to click or input our password, our username and password, and click enter, and then you'll have to agree. Definitely read that.
All right, it's break time. Subscribe, like, and share to support this channel. Please comment as well. Join as a member for amazing perks from priority replies to DIY party invites. If you need tools and merch, shop my store or website. You can check the links in the description for my best products.
Now, I just took the test, so I won't get credit for it. That's okay. I did pass it with 100%. Woohoo! And so this is a very unglamorous and unsexy web page. I am really disappointed. This looks like it was built in 1996 or something like that. Amazing. But nonetheless, there is pertinent information here, and you can read over the introduction for the recurrent test and the content that you'll find, the outcomes or the objectives that they are listing, and the knowledge and training section. Feel free to read that. I kind of skimmed it and scanned it. You might recognize, hopefully you recognize some of these themes from the Part 107 exam that you took 2 years ago. Of course, I'm no expert, but I did pass the test with a 90, I don't know, 294, I don't remember. I made a separate video on that. You can search my channel if you want more information on that. It was a very fun process for me. I'm not like a pro. I just have this YouTube channel, and I wanted to be able to put drone footage legally into my videos since it's for, quote, commercial purposes. So, but it was definitely an awesome experience, and I want to stay current on that. So we're going to basically just click the next arrow. You can see it's going to take you through the training, and then you're going to have to take a test at the end of it. And I'll talk more about that briefly in a moment. All right, so you'll read the introduction, and then it'll progress through the first part. You'll click this, or you might have to copy and paste the link, and this is the homepage for the test. Well, you actually go through this training, and they say it's supposed to take 2 hours. I was a little less than that, but not by much, and it's not because I was anything special. I just kind of cruised through some of the pages. You don't need to read too many in too much detail, but nonetheless, you need to chisel out a little bit of time to take this on. All right, so we're gonna actually start it. You'll read through this. You'll click next. You'll see the screen 2 of 12. A lot of the videos I found were kind of silly. Like they made a video that actually welcomes you, so you can just click next. You don't actually have to finish the video, but you want to scan it just to make sure you don't miss anything important, right? And then scan this stuff. There are nice pictures that kind of complement, so it's not all text, which is much appreciated. This part's pretty straightforward. You just keep clicking. Now, one thing you want to know also, they do have knowledge checks that randomly pop up. So as you're clicking through here, there's one right there, knowledge check. So it's actually kind of specific, so you'll want to pay attention. This is not just a click and forget. This is not the test, obviously. It does tell you, hey, you missed it, give you another chance. Oh, these are all different questions. They're changing the questions on me. So that doesn't affect your ability to progress if you miss them, but you do want to pay attention because later on on the test, you'll actually need to know some of this stuff. And, you have to, as I'm doing this, it's like inconveniencing my personal time, but I'm also asking myself the big question, like, is this making airspace safer, right? And I think the answer is yes. There's a reason for this. That's been decided by people a lot smarter than me, but I need to be able to trust that other drone operators out there, right? Again, I'm not a pro or anything, but like, if people were just blowing through this and just cheating or whatever, then it kind of defeats the purpose of a recurrent test, right? Which is to keep us safer at the end of the day. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of just speed through here. Actually, you don't even have to click on those if you don't want to. I didn't even realize that. So I'm just super clicking. Some of them are quite, this section, for example, has 33 different pages, and it's very comprehensive. All of the themes that you covered, not in as much detail, obviously. That Part 107 test was pretty dense, right? You remember studying for that? That was not anything that was incredibly easy. At least for me, it wasn't. But this is still comprehensive. You'll be reading things and being like, oh yeah, I remember talking about reading about updrafts and Class B airspace and various themes like that. So let's just continue here. This section has 65 pages. Wow. I'm going to put on some music for you. All right, we're finally at the end of the training itself, and the last thing to do is click Take Me to the Exam. Now, they say that once you start this, you have, I think, 90 minutes to finish it, so you don't want to click it and then walk away because you're going to have to sit through the training again. So we're going to click Take the Exam, and you know what? It's not going to let me access that because I've already taken the exam, but no matter, when you click that when you click that Take Me to the Exam button, it's going to take you to a very, very unsexy, basically text list of 40 questions. And the 40 questions were relatively simple. Honestly, encourage you to read each one, select the correct answer based on what you know. But before you click Submit, there's a couple of things that you could actually do to help you. Number one is using ChatGTP. You can literally copy the questions and have ChatGTP paste them into here, and they will provide you answers. Now, I noticed that some of the answers were not correct, so ChatGTP did hallucinate on some of those answers, and so you had to be really careful that you're not just copying and pasting and doing this dishonestly, right? So again, take it first all by yourself. All the questions are on the screen at one time for you, so you don't have to like go to the next question. It's not like click to the next question. They're all right in front of you, so you can change your answers at any time. So do that all yourself and see how you do, and then use ChatGTP to see, okay, how do my answers line up? And then as a final resort, you can actually go through the flashcards. There are flashcards out there for the recurrent test, and so they kind of look like this. You can click through here, you can read each one and click the card to find the answer. Click OK, come back to your test, check your answer, read the question, there's your answer, and the questions are the same. I don't condone this. You should not be just copying and pasting. But a couple of little tricks and tips there for you to make sure that, hey, you've really learned the stuff, but at the same time, you don't have to waste your time by submitting incorrect answers, right? And so that's my 2 cents, and that's kind of how I did it. And when you're finished, it'll say, congratulations, you got 100% correct. Hopefully you did that, and you can print your certificate out. And they give you a full PDF. They also give you a little like mini certificate that you can just cut out. And I just put tape on it so it's kind of laminated. So if water spills on it, it's not going to ruin everything. And I just keep it in my drum kit. And that is my recertification and how I did it. So hopefully this video has helped you out. Thanks for being with me. Are you okay? Look, come over here.